is nearly midday. So, welcome to Micro Strategies to Fetch More Clients, Animal Therapist Edition. Now, if you're an animal therapist that uses hands-on therapy with as alternate care to veterinary to look after animals, then you are my peeps. In an industry where all you want to do is look after to care and make animals healthy and well, I want to support you to get the best business that you possibly can. So this is micro strategy number 8 of 12. And the point of these micro strategies is that you can listen to this live and go, that's a great idea. I'm going to go and implement it in my business. Now, all of these micro strategies work on their own. However, when you put them together into an effective 6-week campaign, which is what my best-selling book, Fetch More Clients, is all about, it can really rocket your business. As proven by doing this type of thing every 6 weeks for 3.5 years living out of a suitcase all around Australia, New Zealand, England, and Scotland. And I'm particularly excited about this strategy today because this one strategy has been rolled out across different niches, and I've had vet physios do this to land themselves referrals by vets, and I've had a animal chiropractor increase the revenue in their business by 25 grand from this one strategy. So let's stop rambling about it. Let me tell you about it. It's about fruit baskets, thoughtful gifts that open new doors. Now, this is one of those topics that you're like, what? What are you on about, Elle? And it can sound really simple. Now, because something's simple actually means that it can be mostly effective. Plus, nobody else is doing it. Who has recently made an effort to make you a fruit basket that is not a family member at Christmas? Exactly. So I have personally done these fruit baskets every 6 weeks. I've got a way to make them really easy to design. I could spend the time teaching you how to build a fruit basket, but this is what you're ultimately looking for. So let's not delve into that. A fruit basket, you know what a fruit basket is. Now, there is natural laws that happen in the world. And when we are in business, we want to positively impact people to move towards us, and we want to create a positive ripple and make you the go-to expert in your area for ethical and positive reasons. And fruit baskets are a great way to give a value first delivery, and this is where we're offering something out without necessarily straight away expecting something back. And fruit baskets can be a slow burn. Fruit baskets can bring in return straight away. And what I'm going to be talking about throughout this session is strategies and things that you can do to increase the chances of this absolutely blowing it out of the water, like Lou Edwards with her 25k of new clients did. So why fruit baskets work from a marketing strategy is all about the natural law of reciprocity. And Robert Cialdini explains this in his book. And it is the human tendency to feel obligated to do something in return when something does something for you first. So what we're trying to do with these fruit baskets is to give you an in into a business where you might feel a little bit awkward just walking in and being like, hey, I'm awesome. Like this is what I do, and you should refer people to me. Like if you go in with that style energy, it's very unlikely that you're going to get something back. I mean, they might respect your balls and then will move towards you. However, if you go in with a gift for them just to appreciate what it is that they do, then the chances of them then turning around and offering to work alongside you, work with you as a strategic partnership that's going to help you fetch more clients, you're going to get much more from doing this than just going in and straight away asking for them to help and support you. So Ways to maximize the fruit basket strategy is, first of all, we want to make this fully bespoke. I want you to think about the short list of ideal businesses that you would like to get into that actually attract and have the ideal clients that you would like to work with here and now. So when I went through this process with Gemma, who's a vet physio, we looked at the vets within the 5 to 10 mile radius of where she travelled to look after clients. And we picked out the vets that we would like to get her name established into. Because if you're a vet physio, one of your challenges about bringing in new clients is that it needs to be a veterinary referral. So you need to be building relationships with vets early on. And rather than just begging for their love, we can gift something to them to appreciate how hard it is that they work. Because as we know, mental health in a vet space can be tough. So actually, you may make a huge difference to their day, their week, if you provide value first to them rather than just asking for something else from them. Tip number 2 is when we're getting the fruit for your fruit basket. And why do we use fruit? So we've tested this over the years ourselves. You can do like little hampers of like little goodies for the workers that are there. You can do chocolates, things like that. However, when you use fruit, everything that we do with animals is to promote health and well-being. So by providing fruit, it just ties in really nicely to the direction on what we're doing with our business. Plus, it allows you the opportunity to go to your local greengrocers and buy fruit that's from your area. So we've got like a pick your own down the road from us that the strawberries are thriving at the moment. So maybe I would do like a punnet of strawberries as part of my gift basket if I was doing it at this time of year here in Hampshire. But why we're going to go to your local greengrocer? Firstly, we want to shop local. We're trying to build up our reputation and our connections within the local area. But plus, it's a really good thing to do. Let's not go to Tesco's. Let's go to our local greengrocers. Let's make another small business dance with excitement today and support them. Plus, it gives them an opportunity for you to tell them, oh, I'm the local vet physio. Here's a couple of my cards. If anyone ever asks after any support or care for animals, then send them my way. This is another foot in the door whilst you're actually buying the fruit locally. And like I said, just helping and supporting local is always beneficial. How to maximize the fruit basket strategy 3 is use a clear bowl. Why do we use a clear bowl? And I would never spend too much money on these clear bowls. However, there's going to be something that I'm going to tell you about with these. But the reason why we use a clear bowl is so that they can see that there is a flyer or some communication sheet underneath this fruit that we're gifting them. And this is part of the biggest thing when it comes to this strategy. We want to provide information to them in a really non-in-your-face way, and a really nice way to do this is as part of this gift that we're giving. I'll give you the tip now with the clear bar. What we're also going to be doing is asking as we pass over the gift basket, we're going to ask, is it okay if I can get my bowl back? And I used to do this every 6 weeks for 3.5 years. And then I've had businesses for the last 8 years take this strategy and go and do it themselves. And you may get a little odd look, particularly if it's a cheap clear bowl from like a Poundland style. However, the reason why we do this is because it's permission to go and reconnect with them again. And then we get to reuse it. It's good for the environment, whatever angle you want to use. The whole point of this is so that we're making a connection, and then we've got an excuse and a reason to reconnect with them a week later to see how we can work together. So it's all part of the bigger strategy. And then obviously, to maximize the best out of this fruit basket strategy, we really want to get the messaging on the flyer or information sheet that we put at the bottom of this fruit basket really, really clear and concise. So the first tip here is have one clear message, one clear outcome. Now, as you'll hear from when I show Lou's testimonial, her outcome was to try and land a talk, to be able to talk in their business to the ideal clients so that they can come through and start getting chiropractic care. Your one clear message could be, please will you refer me for future canine visits, and this is why you should listen and why I'm qualified in this way. It could literally just be to open the door for more information. It could be that we have an open day coming up. Whatever your strategy is, the ultimate outcome of it all is to get a return on investment from this strategy and to fetch you more clients. So we're connecting in a way that is authentic. These are the people that we want to be around. How can we serve them, look after them, and showcase what an expert you are as well. So some top tips with your flyers. We want you to share on this flyer who you are, where you were trained, ways that you can support this business. The more bespoke that you can make this, like in an ideal world, you are literally writing one flyer for this veterinary business down the road. They're called Wild Veterinary. And so this flyer is going to be for Wild Veterinary. And then you're going to go to a dog cafe and you are going to bespoke this to the dog cafe. And it's going to be, how can you run a talk or a workshop from the dog cafe, for example. And when we work together one-to-one, we really hone in and figure out what this message is for each and every place that we're going to be taking this to. So ways that you can support this business. If it's just a generic flyer or a generic business card, your return from this strategy is going to be a lot lower. When you can make it really personalized, they can tell that you've put effort into connecting with them. And if you're going to make the effort to connect with them, why not do it the right way? is where my head's at. And then most importantly, how to get in touch with you. If they get this fruit basket and they're eating their lovely pear in it and they're looking at your flyer and going, actually, this sounds like really good. I'd love to get her in to have a further talk with her. Make sure your number's on the flyer. Make sure that there's a way that they can connect with you. Because if you make it too hard for people to move towards you, they'll just put it in the too hard basket and not do anything with it. So if you're going through this effort, make sure that they can get in touch with you as well. And often the challenge I get when I present this strategy, this campaign to my clients is they go, oh, but I don't know what to say. What could I possibly say as I gift the basket? Like, I feel really awkward. You don't need to be awkward. This is our first touch point. It can be short, precise, friendly. Energy is the most important thing here. And remember, why are we doing this? It's the law of reciprocity. We want to give them something good because we know that they're doing amazing work. And we appreciate what it is that they're doing. So that's exactly what you're going to say. You're going to rock on up and say, hey, I'm Elle, the local vet physio. Just wanted to drop this off for your team as I know how passionate you are about animals and I wanted to share my appreciation. There's a little information about me in the bottom for you as well. Is it okay for me to pop back next week to collect my bowl? I wish I had a video from my cam on my shoulder for the reactions that I get from these gift baskets. Everyone loves a gift. Everyone loves to know that they're being appreciated. And I used to deliver these to schools. This is when it was like gym focused. And people just light up. So all you have to do is be yourself, be authentic, and be warm and friendly, and go and give them the bowl. You've done the work, you've written the flyer with the clear messaging in there. And then most importantly, make sure you ask that question, is it okay for me to pop in next week to collect my bowl? That way, when you pop in next week, you're an invited guest rather than an unwanted pest. So you're just going to pop in and be like, oh, I'm the person that brought you the fruit basket last week. How did you like it? Have a little chat. Yeah, is it okay if I grab the bowl? Um, and that is usually when they go at the back and the main person will come through and I'm like, oh, I wanted to connect with you. Um, it's that in. And so even if you don't get a response and a you don't land like a speaking gig or you don't land the opportunity to work with them here and now, you've made an impression. And it's about that local impression that we can keep making regularly to showcase you as the go-to expert in your area. Partner this with the other micro strategies, partner this with a full 6-week campaign. You are going to stand out for what it is that you do and how you can care and look after the animals in your town. As I mentioned, this is Lou Edwards. This is her testimonial on doing this. And honestly, when she first heard about it, she was like, surely it's got to be harder than this. I can't just rock on up and offer some fruit to these businesses. And I was like, sure is. And so I explained this process to her front desk team, and she got the front desk team to go and do this. Again, they're friendly, bubbly girls. And they managed to land her 2 talks. Now, Lou Edwards is a phenomenal speaker. She is extremely knowledgeable about what she's talking about, which is chiropractic. So she managed, I think there was actually 20 people in the room and she landed 19 clients between the 2 talks. So huge conversion rate. She's phenomenal, and having that belief in yourself really does help. But for her, 90 new clients can generate around 25k for her chiropractic business. So just because it's simple doesn't mean that you should ignore it. And actually, by doing something simple, it's actually going to help you stand out in your industry. It's just great. So she thanks me for giving the team confidence to go and implement this strategy. So I hope I've given you some confidence and opened up your mind to a new idea that you may be able to implement within your business today. And if you want further details on the fruit basket campaign or how you can build this into a 6-week campaign, then feel free to grab a copy of my book. For anyone that grabs a copy, I will personally send it out to you, and I'll give you an opportunity to connect with me so that we can talk about, what might be the best message, the best outcome for you in your business at this point as well. So scan it here. I can't wait to connect with you. Any questions whatsoever, don't hesitate to message. And as always, thank you for your service to animals.